Hey everybody, this is Adam back with you after a little hiatus with a new lesson on a song that I love to play with my blues duo, the Blues Doctors, now Blues Trio, with the addition of my son Sean on electric bass, and it's called Alligator Boogaloo. Boogaloo is a particular kind of dance that you might find in the inner city in the 1960s, and it's a song by Lou Donaldson, kind of a hard bop, soul jazz, 12-bar blues. It's an excellent example. I have to love this take on blues. But it's an excellent example of a blues song that you might not think of as blues, but it's actually a 12-bar blues. I'm playing it on an F harp in the key of C, so if you don't have an F harp, this is a great reason to go out and get one. Although, of course, you could play it on any key harmonica, but it just happens that I think this is the original key, Anyway, it's the key that we play it in. And let's go to the videotape. Let me show you what I'm doing. It's actually very straightforward. One of the nice things about the song, there's a couple of different things that characterize it. One of the nice things is it forces you to do sort of subtle bends. A whole step bend followed by half step bend on the 2-draw, a half step bend followed by no bend on the 3-draw. So these are both important things to be able to do, and therefore this is a really good exercise for it. So first thing to do is actually establish the beat and get a sense of the groove. 1, 2, 1, ba 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 bump. 1, 2, 3. So what did I do? Start on the 1-draw, went to a 2-draw whole step bend, back to 1-draw, then hit that 2-draw again with a half step bend. I suspect that if you haven't actually played this song, you probably never thought of putting those notes in that order. This is what makes it a wonderful example of kind of soul jazz creativity, right? It's a riff that was there all the time, just waiting for somebody to come along and say, this is a way you could do this. Right? 1, 2, 3. What's wrong with that? Why did that not work? Because I didn't differentiate between. So actually, a prelude to playing this might be to make sure you can do those 3 notes. A little tricky, right? Even I, with decades of performance behind me, still have to practice that in order to get it right. All right? What would I do if I were practicing? Well, the first thing I'd do is go easy on myself and recognize that it's a little tricky. And then I would play it, and I'd speed it up and slow it down. I'd try to groove it. And then I would say, does that sound right? Am I getting it right? That sounds good. So I'd probably play it first without any groove. One, 2, 3. I kind of coughed, didn't I? 1, 2, 3. So what am I doing there? Well, after the opening riff, I'm doing a 3/6 blow. Tongue is covering holes 4 and 5, just lightly touching the wood between 4 and 5, so that I get just 3 and 6. If you can't do that, you can just play 6 blow. You can jump up to 6 blow. And in order to sound it as an octave, I am coughing lightly through the harp. See, do you understand how important it is for this particular riff to make those 2 notes, those 2 bent 2s sound different? Okay, let's say we've got that. That's the first 4 bars, sort of. Except then, as with the lead into bar 1, you got to lead into bar 5. Now this is Lou Donaldson's creative genius. All you're doing exactly the same. What's the word? Note relationships. Okay, but you're moving up a 4th because you're on the F chord rather than the C chord. You could spend a whole afternoon just trying to get that 3 draw just the perfect amount. So there, when I finally hit the 4 blow, I'm making it a 1-4 blow. And I'm doing exactly the same thing on 3-6. So the accent's exactly the same. And this is, of course, what Lonnie Smith is doing on the organ. If you listen to the original cut, and I'll put a link in the video description. Also a link to the Blues Doctors with my son Sean on bass playing the song. So you do that just once, the thing on the 4 chord. Then you go back and you do that first part again. So what makes this song interesting is after those sort of, the riffs that kind of lead in, the sort of multiple note riffs that lead into bar 1 and lead into bar 5, well, the timing is different, right? The timing is much closer to bar 9, bar 10. So let's go from the beginning. It's very primitive. 2 draw to 4 draw. And I add a little bit of the 5 draw. You hear that? Instead of, I'm going. This is one of those subtleties that really makes the difference in harp. So it's especially because it's a high harp. F is a really high-pitched harp. You can thicken it a little bit. I learned this from listening to Junior Wells do this. Especially if you put a little vibrato. There I'm going to go do an octave. So I'm going to go 2 draw to 4 draw, 2 draw to 1-4 blow. And what was that last little part? Can you hear that? Blue 3rd, 3 draw bent down a little, maybe with a little 4 in it. So blue 3rd on the 3 draw, 2 draw, 2 draw whole step bend, let up the 2 draw. So let's do bars 9 through 12 again. And then you're back to the beginning. Let's do the whole thing twice through, like you would do the head in a song, twice through at not too fast a pace, slower than actual tempo, right? 1, 2, 3. And that's it. I just wanted to have that head. I think it's a really cool head. File it away. There's a number of these out there. I really should do more lessons on this sort of the jazz blues continuum. This is an excellent example of that. Came out in 1967. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be more. There will be more. See you down the road. Bye-bye.